Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel today where we talk about life matters. And this is our Christmas edition. Christmas is in the air. It promises to be, an enlightening session. And I tell you, this channel is where we talk about life matters. We talk about practical things. We talk about and we explore ideas about who we really are, what makes us, what makes you the person you are. And the last video, we talked about who am I? We explored it. And this is also a continuation to the last video. In this video, we'll be talking about who am I part two. And we're going to be talking precisely about what makes you happy. And that's a question I'm putting to all my viewers out there. What makes you happy? As easy as that sounds, if you're being asked the question, can you give an instant response? This was something I was struggling with for a very long while. If you come to me, you ask me what makes me happy, it would take me a while to think that what really makes me happy. And that's something I want to push to us because, we deserve to be happy. We deserve to give ourselves that inner satisfaction, because we live every day and we deserve to be a happy being on everyday basis. So I'm going to be giving us some, facts that will help you determine what makes you happy. So that once you are able to identify the things that makes you happy, then you just want to live by it. You just want to live every day feeling fulfilled, feeling satisfied, feeling your happy self. And one thing about happiness is that happiness is something that has to be experienced on a daily basis. Happiness is not an end goal. Happiness is not something that we must be achieved, maybe after a while when you put your effort into stuff. I know that happens, at times, but happiness is actually something that we need to experience from time to time. And of course, when we talk about happiness, happiness comes in different forms. It comes at different stages and we feel different kind of happiness for different stages of our lives. When we're 20, the happiness we feel is the first from what makes us happy when we're 50. And that's the same way it goes. For kids, what makes them happy? The first from what makes a youth or an adult happy. So we're going to be exploring ideas that will help you determine what really makes you happy. And one thing I want to say about happiness is that happiness is something that you have to create for yourself. Your happiness should not be based on, pleasing other people. Your happiness should not be, should not be based on, oh, you're trying to please people around you. And that will be the result of your happiness. And we're going to be talking about some things again. There are different situations that suit people in different levels. And I will tell you, you just need to know who you are for you to be happy. Happiness, like I said, shouldn't be what about people want you to do. It shouldn't be about serving other people's expectations and, always putting other people first. You need to put yourself first. And when you try to get happiness by putting other people first, I tell you, you can never get real happiness from this. And one thing I really want you to know that happiness looks different for everyone and for different stages of our lives. So I'm going to tell you some things, today for you to take note of. And that's it. That's if you really want to know what makes you happy, you need to take note of your physiological changes. Take note of how your body works, and how your system reacts to things. There are three things I actually want you to specifically take note of. And the first one is, of course, you want to know what your hobbies are. You want to know your hobbies. What do you enjoy doing? What are the things that, it quickly come up to you? They come up, on instincts, like the first instinct, or I would say the reflex that comes to you when you think, okay, you're thinking of a good time, you're thinking of having some time to yourself. So think about your hobbies, what you love to do. Then, of course, I want you to think about what you like to do in your free time, because there are times maybe we feel, okay, there's a free time that is going to open up, and you feel joyful within you when you think about certain things that you want to do during this time that you're free. And of course, I want you to think about what gives you relaxation. There are some positions you are, or maybe there are some things you do, there are places you are that gives you this extra relaxation. For some people, I tell you, it could be, when they go for spa, it could be for when they go for, massage, it could be for maybe when they go for sports activities. You just need to figure out who you really are. When you know all this, I'm going to tell you some points again. And these points, they will help you determine what really makes you happy. And I want you to do this intentionally, because if you really want to figure out what makes you happy, you have to be intentional about it. You need to know these things, so that even when you feel you're kind of in a down spirit, or maybe you think things are not going the way you've anticipated them to go, then you can easily think about what makes you happy, and you will find yourself coming back to life. You will find yourself, not getting worried over stuff. You will find yourself not even getting depressed, about things quickly, because you're able to figure out what makes you happy. And now I share with you, the first thing is that you don't want to listen to what people say, because I tell you, people are going to say different things. People are going to tell you so many things that they feel should make you happy. You should be the one to know what makes you happy. You don't want to listen to what people say, because people are going to be saying so many things that if you decide to keep trying everything, you will find out your real happiness is not in those things, because these people are not you. You are you, and you know what gives you that inner peace, that inner joy. And another thing is, you need to acknowledge that thing that does not make you happy. So maybe you find yourself in an environment, or you find yourself doing some things, and you don't feel fulfilled. You feel the happiness is not there. Then you need to acknowledge these things. You need to, note them down, that these are the things that I'm not really comfortable with. These are the things that I find that anytime I'm involved in these things, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel the inner peace. Another thing is, you need to know how to relax and meditate on what makes you happy. Just think about it. Think about the things you enjoy to do. Have a one time with yourself and think about these things. Think about, the kind of satisfaction and the inner peace it gives you, and these are things you just want to note down. You want to, make a note of all this, so that these are things that you always want to introduce to yourself. And another thing is, you need to try new hobbies, because at times we feel we've tried everything. But no, I tell you, this has to be an intentional act. You need to try new hobbies. Maybe you've not even tried the hobby that really makes you happy. Maybe you've never done it before. Maybe it's something you just see other people do, and you never thought it could bring you happiness. I've seen people that they see people, do like crochet or knitting, and they never thought it could bring them happiness until they started trying. I've seen people that only listen to people's stories about, going for spas, and they never knew that's all they've been looking for all their lives until they tried. So, you just want to try out these new hobbies. You want to try out these new activities, because trust me, you may just find that hobby or that thing that actually makes you happy. Another thing is, you want to associate with a community, and you want to volunteer your time, because there is a joy we feel when we actually help other people. When you see you're bringing value into people's lives, and these values are being recognized, these values are being seen, these values are bringing, positivity into the environment and into other people's lives, then you feel fulfilled. So you just want to try these new things out. See how you can also add some value into other people's lives. And I tell you, another thing which I feel it's very important is, you need to be optimistic in life. See life the way it is. We know it's not always a bed of roses, but can't you, just try to bring out the positivity in all you do. Even if things are not going the way you want them to go, just be optimistic. Just be optimistic. See every good in everything you do and in every stages you pass through. That's true. Even if these are stages that really bring you down, try to work on yourself. You understand? So these are things we need to do. And of course, you want to keep an organized schedule. This is something that has worked for me a lot. And I see anytime I do not have my schedule organized, I tend to feel, so confused. It feels like I have so many things going on in my brain, and it feels I have so many things not figured out. So you want to keep an organized schedule as much as possible. When you do this, it just gives you a feeling of getting into your closet and everything seems organized. All your clothing, everything, in their proper, compartments. It gives you this inner satisfaction, these inner feelings of peace. So I tell you, this is something you really want to try. And another thing is that you want to improve your social life. I know not everybody likes to socialize. And I really appreciate that, and I really respect that, for everybody, because we all have a different, the way we perceive life and the way we do our things. But even if you can try a little bit more, try to socialize. Try to do things that will make you mix with other people. Just find that comfort zone. Just find maybe few activities that you don't mind, being there. It could be maybe in your religious activities. It could be maybe at your workplace. It could be maybe for events. It could be for picnics. It could be for special, occasions and stuff. So just try to socialize more. Try to meet people. Even if it could even be maybe missing people on, every day by day living. You go to the groceries, you see people, try to chat them up, try to know more people than who you already know. I tell you, this will go a long way into helping us, determine what really makes us happy. And another thing is, you want to live in the present moment. Forget everything you did in the past that didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out. Things happen, but we need to move on. You need to build your resilience power. You need to be resilient. You need to see that, okay, it is life. Nobody ever said life is a bed of roses. So whatever happened in the past, why don't you just let it go with the past and live in the present and try to learn from the mistakes you've made in the past and let it go and be a better person even for your life, rather than keeping whatever happened with you. Another thing is, you want to practice gratitude daily. This is one thing that I feel it's really important. At times we feel because the things we have in mind, the things that are like on top of the list are not yet met. And this at times, it blurs our vision for gratitude. We don't see the reason to be grateful for the things we have. So many people want to be in your positions. So many people want to experience what you're experiencing. So many people want to have the lives that you have. So try to count your blessings and be grateful for all these blessings. I tell you, the more you're grateful, the more you will see every reason to be happy, every reason to live, and every reason, to just take the day one step at a time. And I tell you, you will live a more beautiful life of happiness. Another thing you want to do is that you need to carve out time for you. See, it makes a whole lot of difference. The moment I started carving out time for me, that's the me time, I tell you, things turn around for me. There are times you kind of feel maybe overwhelmed a little bit. Why don't you try going out for shopping? Why don't you try going out to the malls? Why don't you try going for the spa? Why don't you try going for a massage? All this will help you. We call it TLC, for yourself. Why don't you try a time for yourself? Even if you don't want to go out, why don't you try being alone and just thinking about your life, thinking about where you've been and where you are now and what plans you have for your future. At times, having an alone time will do the magic for you because you're able to think, about your goals in life, about what really makes you happy, about the experiences you've been through, and about how you want to make the future to be a better place to live in. All this said, I tell you, these are pointers that will help you realizing the happy you. Because one thing we hold ourselves in this life is that we need to know what makes us happy, so that when we get to that point of feeling overwhelmed, so let's be intentional about everything we do. Let's enjoy this season. Let's bring happiness to people around us. Let's bring happiness to our lives ourselves. Let's do the homework to determine what really makes us happy. And I promise you, this will go a long way to making you fulfill that destiny you have, and to making you, getting to the point that you know that, oh yes, this is me. I know for sure who I am. So thank you so much. I would like you, to drop your comments, in the comment sections, about this video. What do you feel? Do you think we need to determine what makes us happy? Or do you think we can just live every day as it goes? Or maybe we don't, it's not something we should bother ourselves with. And do you think what makes you happy? You can just drop, fun comments about what you think that makes you happy, because I'm sure this will go a long way in helping other people. Maybe they could pick up hobbies. You can even drop what your hobbies are. Maybe you could help other people pick up their hobbies from this, And all this being said, we really want to read from you. We want to hear what you have to say. And we want to tell you, thank you so much again. Always join us, and please, please, please watch our videos, and we promise to bring value to you every time you watch our videos. Thank you so much for being part of us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday season, and, be happy. Bye.